All right, Thomas, we're going to talk about some movies this time.
Thank you.
We're still going to drink some beers, though.
Prove it.
I've got some WeldWorks Brewing beers.
Yeah, this is not local. This were brought into you?
These were brought in from Colorado by my sister-in-law, Emily, who is a travel nurse. She's good about bringing me goodies.
How generous.
Yeah.
How generous. How nice. And this is WeldWorks
WeldWorks.
Lager?
I've got WeldWorks Lager, and I've got WeldWorks Strawberry Cheesecake Berliner Weiss.
Bit of a turn. Took a slight tangent.
Can you tell which one is which?
I couldn't if it weren't for the clarity.
It smells like
and then when you smell them, obviously. But no, it's just the lager is clear like a lager, and the strawberry shortcake is the same kind of color, but it is foggy, murky.
It is foggy.
Opaque.
Yeah, pretty close colorways though, for sure.
Both styles are good. It's a nice lager. And the strawberry, is it shortcake or cheesecake?
Cheesecake.
It tastes like that. And I don't hate it, and I'm not a big strawberry man, but, you know.
It's got a hell of a nose on it, I know that.
The nose is weird. The nose is, it's strawberry with hints of sulfur?
Yeah, it's
kind
a little sulfury. Oh, but yeah, it tastes like strawberry cheesecake.
It really does.
They're not wrong.
They hit the mark. Let's put
Whether or not I need 16 ounces of that or not is yet to be seen.
You don't need a 4-pack 16 ounce of strawberry short stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You literally just had shudder like someone had given you the vapors.
Yeah, that would
All
hit
right.
me.
So what are we doing with movies? Are we just gonna spit out any movie?
Yeah,
Short
just
Circuit.
name a movie.
Short Circuit.
Yeah.
Your thoughts. It's gonna be a real Jiminy Glick segment. What do you think about Short Circuit?
I like it. I'm not a fan of Fisher Stevens playing an Indian man.
Why? Because he was painted?
Yes.
Or was it because you preferred Johnny number 4? Where were the other Johnnies? Were they just off like? Were they at the post office running errands?
I think they took care of them all in Short Circuit 1 because they came after Johnny 5
Oh, like took care of him
to bring him back in. So I think they had to. Yeah, I think they had to burn through the other ones. They had to murder the other 4 Johnnies.
Is there a part in Short Circuit or Short Circuit 2 where there are other Johnnies hunting Johnny 5?
I thought that was the first one. Honestly, I don't know the difference between the two.
I mean, I don't want to sit here and litigate the entire Short Circuit verse, but I seem to recall at that time I remember that movie very well, and I remember Turner and Hooch, both very, very funny and sad. I mean,
yes.
Really, just. And I think that's where I learned to not love animals because they always die. God, that was grim. Oh, boy.
That is where Short Circuit, I don't know if it's 1 or 2, is where I learned to love the Bonnie Tyler song, I Need a Hero. Because it's so good.
God damn it. That song is in there. Is he working out?
No, I think it's at the climax at the end.
Or is he... wait. By the way, I think in my mind I equated working out with him like just rolling up a hill. Maybe. Was it in San Francisco? Where was... I can't remember the setting of Short Circuit.
I don't know. I think Turner and Hooch was in San Francisco, wasn't it?
I believe it was. Because there was one scene where they were chasing up a hill or down a hill.
Yeah.
There's
Aren't like 40% of movies in San Francisco?
in the 80s?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 80s,
It was
for
the
sure.
Vancouver of the 80s. So easy to shoot there. Now it's the most expensive place on earth, I've heard.
Yeah.
But, you know, eventually it'll be turned into the... whatever city they had, the San Angeles Metroplex and Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Also,
I can't wait.
I'm putting Demolition Man on here.
Oh, yeah.
So what are we doing?
But yeah, we're actually not talking about 80s movies.
Although we should.
Not directly. We're talking about movies with poorly predicted technological advancements, I suppose.
Yes.
I have written down stupid predictions of technology.
I understand the premise. Now, I didn't have quite as much time to think about this because I completely forgot, and it's my own fault. However, I am excited for this because not only do I love any real sci-fi movie,
Sure.
I love sci-fi movies with completely ludicrous premises. Yeah, not everything's the dative plural in Latin. So,
Unfortunately.
well, that's the world we live in. It's all gone to hell, frankly. Well, are we going to rank these? How many do you have? Do I need to rank mine?
You know, I have a few. I have some that are just like names of movies, or like this movie's stupid.
Okay. How about we just go back and forth? One 1v1.
When we get towards the top,
Yes. You save your good ones for the
time.
end. Okay.
Absolutely.
We're going to cast our lots.
Because like overall movies, I have 10 or 11 movies written down, but I have no information for some.
And I have 9 written down. So I think we're about even. So you go first since you have a couple more.
A couple I just wrote down is just like, real quick, I have like hackers, because that's not how you use a computer, and the net, same problem.
Can we talk about hacking in movies?
Oh, yeah.
Mid-90s hacking?
Yeah.
You have those two.
Early 2000s
Early
hacking.
2000s hacking. I have Swordfish.
Oh, yeah. Swordfish.
The great John Travolta, Hugh Jackman, Don Cheadle joint.
There's so many people in that movie.
Yeah. Do you want more?
Is Vinnie Jones in that
Vinnie
movie?
Jones.
It seems like that would be a Vinnie Jones movie.
That might be the last one in that movie. Oh,
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry's boobs.
And her boobs
Yep.
are both in that movie.
$5 million she got paid extra? I don't know. It doesn't
Sure.
matter. Good for her.
Oh, yeah, good for her.
I mean, I'd show my boobs for way less. So, which is your favorite? What don't you like about your hacking movies? About the net or hackers, which are great choices.
And I get the dilemma is like it's hard to make hacking exciting because it's just
No, it's not.
typing on a computer.
You put some fast electric music in the background.
Yeah, you get Paul Oakenfold on the soundtrack, and
Yeah.
you're good to go usually. But I haven't watched Swordfish in a long time. I remember that it's really bad.
What was?
It's really dumb.
What-
I won't say it's bad.
I haven't seen Hackers in a long time. Was there a scene where the villain was hacking via VR?
Oh, I don't remember.
I feel like he was inside the internet hacking at one point. And I'm wondering if that's worse or Hugh Jackman's, not when he's getting a beach hacking.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Like, you have to do this, but here's the twist: you have to be getting a blowjob while you hack this thing.
And the girl's name, Helga, by the way.
Sure.
Of course. I'm not talking about that one because
Okay.
that is at least predictable early 2000s, like weird
Extreme.
rave girl, like, yeah, I'm totally just gonna fucking blow you right now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about later when he's in a room with 7 screens drinking wine and he's trying to hack everything and he has to disguise his worm/hydra as what he calls, it's time to disguise you as internal destruction. And he starts hacking so hard that he stands up from his chair and dances. And if you've
man.
never seen Hugh Jackman do dancing in Swordfish, it's the second best horrible dancing scene in the history of the world. The first would be Josh Lyman dancing in The West Wing. That would be Bradley Whitford, the villain from Billy Madison. Him, he's bad. But yeah, that would be mine. Then he finds John Travolta's twin's dead body. That movie's amazing. I don't care what anybody says. The full movie, Password Swordfish, is
There's just so much. There's just so much plot, I guess is the word.
Almost
in that movie.
too much, and at the same time, too little.
I mean, I appreciate that it's just a play on a Marx Brothers joke,
Yes,
but it's a long way to go for that fucking joke.
or is it not far enough? I mean,
No, it went far enough.
okay, disagree. We're watching it. It's so good because like I said, like, we need a hacking movie, okay, but we need a whole lot of nudity and sexual innuendo. Okay, all right. Get Halle Berry. Okay, it's going to cost a lot. Fine. We need a villain. I think John Travolta's available. He'll be fine.
He's going through a villain phase right now.
It's fine. But I want the whole movie to be hacking. Got it. We got our script. But it also has to be kind of like Ocean's 11 with a twist. Mm-hmm. And like, ooh, maybe they're not dead in the end. I don't know. But also like heroin, drug use, and bad parenting.
What do hackers look like again? Oh, they look like Hugh Jackman, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or European. Because there was that one guy who got aced in like the first 15 minutes. Anyway, I will never apologize for that movie. I love it. But yes, that would be my hacking movie. In there too would be the early 90s hacking in sneakers.
Oh yeah, I forgot about sneakers. So
Yes.
Robert Redford?
Yeah, they hacked by sound.
Sure.
No More Secrets, where they do the Scrabble scene. I love that scene.
I don't remember very well. I'd have to.
They had a God, what was the name of it? C-Tech Astronomy was the code word they had. They had to rearrange the letters to figure out what it was with the NSA. And David's
Yeah.
he was
However you say his
he
name.
was blind with Dan Aykroyd, who was this conspiracy theorist. Sidney Poitier was in that. Ben Kingsley. That's what I thought hacking was for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
Just Braille and sounds.
If only.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I want it to be. So I'm very nostalgic about hacking in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah,
hacking movies are great.
It's just like we learned what the word was before we learned what it meant, and movies just took it from there.
And at that point, it was cute. It wasn't like laden with Russians.
Yeah.
It wasn't my credit score. I don't remember the net at all, except Sandy B was in it. What did the net entail?
The net is it's essentially like the internet is going to
explode.
It's going to come and get you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like the internet is dangerous. You need to be careful of it. I just remember Dennis Miller's in it.
How is the internet going to get me if I haven't loaded up all of my AOL minutes?
Because it just knows.
Oh.
The internet knows who you are.
Well, thankfully, Dennis Miller is there to explain everything.
Yeah, he's there to fix everything. He's the voice of reason, right?
We were talking about this. Before we started recording, and I saw downstairs "Murder at 1600" was down there.
Oh yeah, Dennis Miller's in it too.
Unnecessarily in that.
He's always unnecessary.
He was the foil to the seriousness of Wesley Snipes.
Oh, that's a good segue though, because speaking of
is it Snipes?
Wesley Snipes, I've got Rising Sun on my list.
Is that
movies with stupid technology?
Is Rising Sun's the one where Wesley Snipes is the American and Sean Connery is the guy? Is it like the Japanese guy?
Sean Connery is the expert in all things Japanese.
Well, you forget that when Sean Connery played James Bond in You Only Live Twice, he went to Japan.
He was Japanese.
He not only did he get turned Japanese by having his eyebrows groomed, he also at the beginning of the movie gets tossed a translation book and he throws it back at Moneypenny and goes, "You forgot, I got my firsts in Oriental languages," as if they're all grouped together.
Yeah,
at Cambridge.
they're all the same.
It's fine.
So it's like English and American English, like it's all the same.
So to be clear, Sean Connery has been English, Scottish,
Spanish,
extra English, Japanese multiple times, whatever the hell he was in Zardoz.
Yeah, I don't know about
Russian in The Hunt for October.
Yeah.
And American, Chicago. That's the Chicago way.
And somehow he sounded Scottish every time.
Yeah. It didn't matter. Captain Ramius aboard the Red October was captained by a man with a thick Scottish burr. It's fine.
But Rising Sun is a Michael Crichton movie. Like, I think Michael Crichton this should just be a list of Michael Crichton movies.
Yes.
Because
absolutely.
Like, I thought of so many Michael Crichton movies that fit this stupid prediction technology.
I have one on here.
I have two.
Mine is Runaway, the 1984 movie with Tom Selleck.
Oh, that's right. That's written by Michael Crichton.
Written by Michael Crichton, where his job is to hunt down rogue robots that have gone haywire. But each robot in the movie looks like a Roomba with a letter opener taped to the top of it.
Oh, man.
Actually, there's one in the movie. It's a box-style Roomba with just a revolver taped to the top of it. And
what is its intended purpose?
Revolvering?
Home security?
If you don't even need to watch this movie because it's rough. You need a lot of drinks to get through it. But how did this get made on that is...
That
brilliant.
I've heard.
It's brilliant. June Diane Raphael talking about robots and how she's terrified of them is pure gold. It's pure gold.
But yeah, I just had for Rising Sun, my main issue was, and you see this in a ton of movies. Like I do this in the original Blade Runner too. Is the image enhance?
Enhance that image.
Enhance. Yeah. Zoom in on the man on the left. Enhance.
We did for the Arnold podcast, Hospital Vista Whiskey. We did one of his newer movies, Killing Gunther, which is the one with Taron Killam. And there's a scene with like the first act of that movie, like, oh, there, we got a picture of Gunther. Perfect. Enhance that image. And the computer guy's like, what are you talking about? Enhance that image. Like, yeah, we can't do that, man. He goes, no, I've seen it on TV. Everyone does it. He goes, yeah, that's fake. You can't just enhance an image.
That's not how it works.
No, make it bigger and clearer. No. It's like the first movie to ever bring that out.
Yeah.
It was similar to like 24 when somebody would go like, hey, transfer that to my screen. Done.
Yeah.
And it was like...
It's amazing.
It was like they just threw it over to someone else's screen. Also, people confessed when you just raised your voice in that show. So,
sure.
Give me the codes. All right, here they are.
Stop yelling at me. But yeah, I had that image enhancement. That's pretty good.
I like that
familiar trope. That's ludicrous.
Go again. I want to hear another one.
What else do I have here? Oh, I mentioned Copycat. It's kind of a Silence of the Lambs ripoff.
Is that a Colin Farrell movie?
No, it's got Sigourney Weaver and Holly Hunter, who the height difference in those two is like 8 feet. Like,
did you just say Holly
Hunter plays a cop who is tracking a copycat serial killer who's like doing murders and staging them to look like famous other serial killers' murders.
Okay.
Like,
so I got the title.
Sure. But Sigourney Weaver is like some serial killer expert like you are, but she's agoraphobic, so she doesn't leave. She was attacked by this other serial killer who's in prison, who's played by Harry Connick Jr.
This is bizarre casting.
Oh yeah, it's a bonkers movie. It's got Dylan McDermott in it.
Of course it does.
Yeah,
it's like, can we get some C+ actors across the board?
I like Sigourney Weaver, but yeah,
I
by
like
and
her
large.
too. But, when was this made?
Oh, like 95, 96.
Okay, so that was all right. That's fair. That's fair.
But
she was still in her heyday.
yeah, and honestly, it's a movie that I watched a ton when I was younger. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's a look. I'm not. I'm just saying it's interesting. To
I
me.
feel like it's probably not great.
I watched the Delta Force more times than I care to admit.
Yeah.
Also, I'm putting the Delta Force on.
But there's this bit where she's like trying to. It's like early internet era, you know.
Yeah.
And she's trying to like send this email to the serial killer, the guy who's out, not Harry Connick Jr.
Was she in the same chat room?
Yeah, he was like stalking her. He was like
Okay.
would go into her house and fuck with, you know, he's just fucking with her the whole time.
So she's Silence of the Lambs interviewing Harry Connick
Yeah,
Jr.
that's exactly right.
While he's crooning, whilst the copycat is fucking with her.
Yes,
Okay.
at the behest of Harry Connick Jr. 'cause
Oh, so he's in on it.
he's in on it with the copycat. Yeah.
God, I want to
But,
watch this movie now.
dude. It's a good bad movie.
Can we just the next podcast? Can we just do a commentary
Yeah,
watching
we'll
this
do-
movie?
Yeah, we'll do like
I love this idea.
yeah, we do commentary.
We did a commentary for The Spy Who Loved Me, and I couldn't have had more fun.
Yeah, Copycat's a great bad movie.
Oh,
But there's a bit where she's trying to send him an email, and she gets like, I don't even understand what's happening, but she does this amazing Photoshop on it. That
In
doesn't make any sense.
1995?
Oh, it doesn't make any sense. She's like trying to paste, so she pastes her face onto a picture of his, like a wedding photo of his that I think he sent her early in the movie. I don't
Okay.
remember exactly, but
All
so
right.
she just like highlights her face and then just pastes it onto the bride, and then she somehow turns his face into like a skull.
oh, I thought you were going to say she turns his face into a flying toaster. I was like, was this an After Dark lead-in?
It doesn't make any sense, but
By the way, I bet it's seamless, too.
it is. It's amazing.
It's like Photoshop now, except 15 years
Yeah.
ago. Am I right that? No, 25 years ago. Oh boy, I can't.
Oh
add.
no!
Oh no!
Reality just came crashing down.
Oh, somebody timed their trip just wrong.
But yeah, it's really ludicrous use of computers.
All right, I want to watch this movie. Mark that down.
It's on Netflix.
No one's marking this down. One thing I do want to say that did come true, a reverse of this, is Star Trek: The Next Generation. They all had tablets.
True.
And we're like 300 years ahead of the curve, and we've all got tablets. And people
We
are
just-
walking around with them. I was like, this is TNG. Jean-Luc Picard and the Riker maneuver were all over this.
Yeah. If we could just get food replicators going, we'd be
Wouldn't that be
golden.
great? Every bar would have a food replicator and a Guinan. I don't know that every bar needs a Whoopi Goldberg, but
I feel like they do.
it couldn't hurt.
No.
Except it probably could. That's one that actually did come true, and I only want to bring up the Delta Forces because they had so many things. Where are my rocket shooting motorcycles with grenades that come out of the tailpipes? But most importantly, they had dune buggies. And my understanding from the movie is they had blue headlights where light would. My understanding of this technology, and I believe it was in the movie, I'd have to double check. It was like a headlight that illuminated your path forward, but the people in front of you wouldn't see the headlight,
Oh, nice.
which doesn't make sense in the world of physics.
No.
Because
It'd be like
light.
Yeah, it'd be like night vision goggles or something. Like that's
So-
all you'd need, right?
Yeah, so I guess my question, well, I guess they've already achieved that, but my question is where are my goddamn rocket shooting motorcycles? Also, I like that Lee Marvin played a active duty colonel in special forces, and he was 300 years old. His subordinate, Major / Colonel McCoy, was Chuck Norris, who was also 400 years old.
Yeah.
By the way, watch that movie. Martin Balsam's in it. George Kennedy. Some Spanish guys they made to be like Middle Eastern.